return on in both a I'm really sorry if you can hear the cicadas outside right now, but I can't really do anything about that. On yeah. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Azaria's Place. If you're new to my channel, I'm Azaria, and this is my place. And every Thursday I alternate talking about Disney or theater, and every Saturday is a Sim Saturday. Today might be a very brief video since this is kind of old news at this point, but I figured I'd talk about it today because I've talked about this topic so much that it would be weird if I didn't talk about it. So here we go. We officially, as of May 26th, have received a date for the 2020 Tony Awards, or the 74th Annual Tony Awards. Like I said, at this point I've done multiple videos on this topic, from when will we get a Tonys, to the nominees are, to when will we get the Tonys again. If you're interested in any of that information, I will link those videos below. So to refresh you on things that have happened recently, the pandemic caused live theater to shut down March of last year in 2020, and about after a year and some change of closures, we finally got some announcements that Broadway would be returning this fall. And here I would like to add that we actually just recently got an announcement that Springsteen on Broadway will be returning for the summer. So I guess that is the official kickoff of Broadway. Anyways, it was previously announced that the 2020 Tony Awards would possibly happen in a digital format, and this happened right around after we got the nominees. And it was announced that it would go on in this digital format in about August of 2020. And as we all know, that did not happen. And then it was later announced / speculated that it would most likely happen with the return of Broadway. And I think that was probably due to just the nature of the Tonys. Doing a digital format of the Tonys sounds really stressful, I'm not gonna lie. Because then, how do you do that? Do people pre-tape their acceptance speeches? Do they go on live to possibly accept them on live? I don't know, it just feels weird to be at home taping your acceptance speech and saying thank you, and then possibly not ever have it used. It just sounds kind of sad to me. And there's also all the live performances from all the shows. It just seems like a lot. And they cut out some of the stuff from the Tonys that happens. Like, we don't see the entire evening. And they do things in between commercial breaks. They give out other awards in the commercial breaks that we don't even see televised fully. So I would think that it would just be a lot to maneuver and figure out. But as I mentioned, on May 26th, it was proved true that the Tony Awards would happen with the return of Broadway, and it was announced that the Tonys would be back on September 26th, and in a very different way than previous years. This year's Tony Awards would be a live multi-platform event happening on both Paramount Plus and CBS. And when I heard this, I was genuinely confused. So what does that mean? Well, it will start at 7 p.m. on September 26th on Paramount Plus exclusively. And according to the Tony Awards website, quote, the streaming presentation will honor the outstanding shows, performances, and artistry of the 2019 through 2020 Broadway season, which was brought to a halt by COVID-19 pandemic. So when I hear this, I still kind of am like, what does that mean? And I read a comment on the post that the Tony Awards made that it was possibly going to be most of the awards presented in that 2-hour time frame. And earlier in the description it says that fans can watch the Tony Awards followed by the live concert, which I'll get to. So it makes it sound like it's more of the actual awards itself. Now, why would this be streamed exclusively on Paramount Plus? I have no idea. I don't really know the ties that CBS and Paramount Plus have together. Maybe it has something to do with that. If I find out, I'll let you know below. But I was very confused because as someone who has been waiting a long time to get my Tony Awards, because that's my Super Bowl, I want to be able to watch it even if I don't have Paramount Plus. And so I was a little upset by that, and then I kept reading, and like I said, it's followed by a live concert. So immediately following at 9 p.m., there will be the Tony Awards Broadway's Back, which will air on CBS and also be able to be live streamed and will also be on demand on Paramount Plus. Now, like I said, this is a live concert, but they also will be giving out the awards for the 3 biggest categories, which are Best Musical, Best Play, and Best Revival of a Play. There is no revival musical category this year, unfortunately, so I'm assuming that if there were that category this year, it would also be presented during this concert. It does say, however, that other winners will be celebrated throughout the broadcast. Now, I'm assuming that could be the broadcast of the 7 to 9 hours, not the 9 to 11 p.m. concert hours. Or they may just say, hey, this person won during the live concert and they will be singing. Don't really know. They will be giving out more information, I guess, later on. Like I said, this isn't until September, but I'm genuinely still confused. Tell me your thoughts about this. Are you excited that it's a multi-platform event? Do you think it's unfair that it's a multi-platform event? I don't know. I'm kind of mixed about it. Will this make me want to get Paramount Plus? Unfortunately, no. Maybe a free trial of Paramount Plus, sure. There are tons of things that are going on Paramount Plus, though, that I'm kind of like, maybe. But that's not what this video is about, so we're not going to talk about that. It does seem a little unfair because I know that tons of people, as much as they want to see the awards, you can easily just Google them as they're happening and find out who wins in real time without having to watch the broadcast and then being able to watch the live concert. So I'll definitely be tuning in for that. And I think also there hasn't been any information about hosting or anything yet to my knowledge, but I think also just based on how viewing has gone recently in the past few years with the Tony Awards, I don't think this is necessarily going to help the ratings of the Tony Awards either. So I don't really know why this happened. I'm sure everything happens for a reason, but I'm still at a loss why it's a 2 multi-platform event. Beats me. But I'm really excited we're finally getting one. I can't wait to see who wins. Like I said, if you want to see the nominees, that video will be linked below. But let me know your thoughts. Do you have Paramount Plus? Will you be watching both? It also seems like a hassle to get out of your app and then find the CBS channel. I feel like you have to preset it. Because if it's immediately following, you might miss something and that's scary to me. I don't know. Anyways, that's what's happening with the Tony Awards. September 26th at 7 p.m. on Paramount Plus, followed by a 9 p.m. concert broadcast on CBS. So yeah, it's going to be a magical night, I'm sure. I'm really excited for it, and I can't wait for all of the hard work of last year to finally get to be celebrated, and I can't wait for the return of Broadway. I've already talked about that as well, what I can't wait to do when New York opens back up and Broadway's back. So if you want to go see any of those videos, I'll link those below too. But that's kind of everything I have to say this week, so on to the Show Tune Spotlight. So for today's Show Tune Spotlight, I decided to go with On Broadway just because that song popped into my head first. You know, we'll finally get to talk about all the amazing things that happened on Broadway in the 2019-2020 season, so I'm very excited for that. And this song has a wonderful, cool history. It's been covered many times by many different artists, but the original song was written by Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil. So go give it a listen. I think the George Benson version is really popular, but give any version a listen, honestly. And thank you guys so much for watching, and be kind.